Welcome back to ZentionWorks. Today's video is going to be a little different. We're not going to do any car repairs. We're actually going to do a list, I guess, kind of. It's like it'll be 5 things that I like about the S15 Lola, 5 things I dislike, and then 5 things that are just difficult about driving a right-hand drive car in the States. So without further ado, let's get it. First things first. So we get these stickers back from when we got the tension arm bushings. So we got the Injuku Racing and Megan Racing, which is the brand of the bushings that we put in the tension arms. So we'll get those put on that quarter glass over there because, as you can see, these ain't gonna fit here. They're not gonna fit on this one. We'll put them on that one. I already washed it off. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. I want to first start by saying, please subscribe if you like JDM content or S-chassis content, because this is my S15. Her name's Lola, and I have this weird problem where I can't stop. Like, I'll take parts off and I'll put them back on or whatever, or like I'll upgrade things. It's weird how that works, isn't it? Yeah, but anyways, that's my S15, and I'm never going to stop working on it. So if you like that stuff, subscribe, hit the like button. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you can make that a reality for me by just hitting the button, I would really appreciate it. I'm going to stop ranting and get these stickers put on, and then, we'll go from there with the video stuff. The Megan Racing sticker actually broke when I put it on there. I tried to reposition it, but this looks good. Tried to make this as nice as possible. I don't know. From this angle it looks weird. From this angle it looks fine. No, I had to change it. That looks way better, and it's more in line. Cool. It was bothering me. My OCD was killing me. Anyhow, that's good. Let's get into the things that let's do the 5 things that I like about the 5 things that I enjoy about the car first. We'll get this erased, and then we'll get into it. Let's dive right into it. Okay. Try and write legibly on here. It's gonna be tight. We're gonna do the list, 5 things that I like about the car, and then I'll probably show it to you, like when I go down the list. And then 5 things I dislike, and then 5 things that are just difficult about driving a right-hand drive car in America. Number 1. I'll try to write bigger. Turbo flutter. A lot of you may say, "Oh, well, you took off your blow up." I didn't take it off. The car came like that. Whoever owned it before me did not have the blow off valve on it, or the bypass valve on it. And I assume when they put the Blitz front mount intercooler with all the piping in, they got rid of it. The turbo flutter is ridiculous. For a 4-cylinder, it's pretty nice. And if you get it just right, you just kind of ease onto the accelerator, and then let off, it actually flutters for quite a while. It kind of sounds like, the RB flutter, where it's acceleration and then it's, yeah, it sounds like that. I don't need to show you guys turbo flutter. Y'all know what that sounds like. So 2, this is going to be controversial. Not really, don't care, because it's my car. Paint color. Now, obviously, I'm a little bit biased because I have a Nissan, and I bought this car knowing that it's a Nissan, but the color of the car, and you guys have seen it. The color of the car is one of my favorite Nissan colors that was ever produced. It's close, it's kind of Bayside blue, but it's really not. The paint coat is actually TV3 Brilliant Blue, and I'll put a picture on the screen or something, but the color in the sunlight is, when you look at it, it's a single stage paint. So when you look at it in the sunlight, it's got the clear with the paint all in one. And the I think it's, I don't think it's much, I think they call it flex. I'm not a body guy, but I think they call it flex, or so it's like a sparkle. So when the sunlight hits it, it's very bright. Like it's brilliant. Quite literally is what is what the paint is, and it's also nice because from different angles, the blue kind of, it gets darker, but then where the sun or the light is hitting it is very bright, and it's flashy. And now it's not over the top, like it's not a chameleon wrap, and but that is one of my favorite parts of this car, is just the fact that it's not a white or black gray car. Don't get me wrong, these cars, they can look good in all those colors, but the blue to me pops. I think if I had to pick a second favorite color of the S15s, it would be, and this is an odd choice for me, but I think it would be the EV3 yellow, or the EV1, sorry, EV1 yellow. I knew someone in Japan who had one, and it was great. And I don't usually like yellow cars. So. All right, let's move on to 3. We got turbo flutter, paint color. This is also, probably some of you guys are not going to agree with this. Sunroof. It's got a sunroof. But definitely in Japan, for a large portion of my drives, or like my cruises that I would go on with people, in the summertime, I would not use the AC. I would say probably about 80% of the time in the summertime, if the sun was going down, AC was off, sunroof was back, windows were cracked. That, I did not plan that, but yeah, it's got a sunroof. And from what I know, when GTR Registry was still up as a website, this car was optioned with aero, a sunroof, no radio from the factory, and it's a spec car in this TV3 blue, Brilliant Blue. There's only 67 of them made, which is a big reason why I don't want to drift it either. It did have the spec R, or the aero wing. I don't know where it went. The previous owner took it off, and they did the body work before I bought it to, fill in the holes. But the sunroof is huge. Love the sunroof. It's Some people hate it. Some people like the slick top. They don't want to deal with the sunroof. With all the headaches that it's basically given me because I need to clean the drains and stuff, I still love it. I would not take back my decision at all. I enjoy the sunroof thoroughly. Okay, 4. I know these are super basic too, but it just is. I mean, it is what it is. I don't really care. It's my car, so if you don't like it, then I don't know what to tell you. Fourth is drivability. Drivability. I know a lot of people like the whole the whole meme of, oh, if you're looking for a race car, or if you need a car for this, Miata. Miata is always the answer. I feel like in Japan, yeah, you can get a cheap Miata, and it is usually a good answer to a lot of, weekend car, Miata, track car, Miata, drift. You want to drift a Miata, you can drift a Miata. But the drivability of the S chassis is, to me, There's there's no other car that I've gotten into and felt so comfortable with so quickly. I mean, I had an '09 Honda Civic and it was a 5 speed, but it took me months to get comfortable in that car to the point where I would push it. I knew that I was pushing the car to its limit and not my limit. With this car, I would say it took about a week, maybe. Just the car and how it's set up, the wheelbase, the track width of the car, how it tracks on the road, and how it grips and hugs the road. Now, granted, mine is set up for that, and in Japan, it was set up for that even more because it was a little lower, and I had my suspension a little different. But I don't have upgraded sway bars or any bushings or anything. I need to replace all those, but I have a front strut brace. I need to get the rear one, but I have a front strut brace, and then I have Cusco. I think they're Street A0 coilovers all the way around, and they're 8K front, 6K rear, and they're just amazing. I mean, the car had Cusco on it when I got it, and it already drove very well. And when I put the new coilovers on the car, forget about it. I mean, it was night and day difference, and it didn't change the car so much that it was weird to drive. And then, yeah, it's just the drivability of the car is ridiculous. I was comfortable in the car, and that was coming from all of my cars had been front wheel drive. I knew how to drive a rear wheel drive platform, but I never dailied. So this car was my daily in Japan, and it was amazing. All right, moving on. Number 5. That's a terrible 5, but I don't care. Number 5. I completely forgot what I was going to write down. What the heck? Oh, here we go. Number 5. This is weird. Um, and it's going to be two things, but it's going to be, I'm going to say sentiment or sentimental value. This car, like I just mentioned, was my only car in Japan. So I drove this to work every day. With that being said, I took a lot of trips in this car, and this car has gotten me many, many, many miles around Japan and let me explore Japan, which was amazing. And I don't regret any of it. I would never undo any of it. And it's, whenever people like they'll sell a car and then they have that instant, like, I regret this. I'm never doing that with this car for this reason. I this car took me to Tokyo twice, Osaka, Okayama, Fukuoka, all over, and it never skipped a beat. I mean, this car was reliable as could be. I got in it every day, started right up, and even on long road trips, it would. I did the math one time, and it got 30 miles to the gallon. How? I have no idea. And I did the math 2 or 3 times, and it got 30 miles to the gallon. Being that it was it still is. It's a 1999 car. That's insane to me. Uh, with a turbo and like downpipe, full 3-inch catback, mid pipe, everything, intake. Yeah, it still gets 30 miles to the gallon on the highway. So sentimental value is up there. We'll do it. We'll do an honorable mention, and this is going to be. You guys are going to be like, whoa. And then it's going to be folding mirrors. This car has folding mirrors. For $19.99, that's not unheard of, but in Japan, parking is tight, as you guys probably know. Parking is always tight, and the the car has, here, I'll show you. I have them folded in right now. The car has folding mirrors. But yeah, it's got folding mirrors, which is crazy. I would say another honorable mention is it's got a factory boost gauge, and you can set the temperature to within half a degree Celsius. In a beginner or like a entry level sports car for $19.99, that's kind of real nice. Oh. And sound. I mean, everybody knows that though. The SR20 sounds phenomenal. But let's move on to 5 things I don't like or that I would change. Okay, let's move into the 5 things that I don't like about the S15. Starting with numero uno. Where's that other one? It's right here. 5 things I do not like about the S15. And these are things that, whatever. This is going to be small rear seats. Now I know you're going to say, well, you bought a coupe, you bought a 2-door. I know, but I'm 5'5". I am 5'5", and getting in the back seat of this thing, I've ridden in the back of an S15 before, and if you're going to sit back there for more than like 10 minutes, it's uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable for me. Now the passenger seat is fine. The passenger seat has tons of room. I've seen someone that's 6'5" sit in the passenger seat of this thing just fine. Headroom and everything. You get a little less headroom with the sunroof, but if you have a non-sunroof model, it's wild. That being said, though, small rear seats, basically your rear seats, so I can fit my son's car seat back there, but that means because I have a bucket seat, I can't put him behind me because my seat doesn't recline. So I only have the passenger side seat that reclines. And when I put, and there's no center seat belt, it's just 2 seats. I'm 95% certain. Yeah, there's only 2 seat belts, so you only get 2 seats. I can't put them in the center. What that means is for the passenger, the passenger seat is pretty much straight up and down and push forward. Anyone riding in the car when I have my son in the car is uncomfortable. But it works if you don't have kids or it's just you and your kid, it works. And they're good for the rear seats are good for throwing your bag back there, or I don't know, camera equipment. It would be fine for if you were going to go on a road trip, you could fit like a small suitcase back there. It would handle it just fine. But for people, not fine at all. Two, we're going to go with parts availability. 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 Yeah, okay. I don't know why I had to read that 6 times. Parts availability in the States is getting way better. And the S15 has been able to be imported for like 2 years now almost. And before that, even before that, they were able to be imported, but only as race cars. So the parts availability is way better than it used to be, and a lot of 240 parts will fit on. I actually I was doing some research, and the 240 rear brakes are the same, which is so nice. And but so when I say parts availability, I mean for if I needed window switches, like window things, I would have to order them from a company in Japan, or I'd have to order them from a company in Australia. No one here stocks them. I can't go to Nissan and say, hey, I need a window switch for my passengers, which I do need a window switch for my passenger side door. They're not going to have it. They might be able to get it, but it's going to be 3 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks till it's shipped, and then tariffs on top of that. That's another thing. If you can't find parts in the States, you're going to have to pay tariffs. And that's just a fact of owning the car. This is kind of getting into, owning a right-hand drive car in America, but parts availability is annoying. There's some random things that you just can't get, and you just have to wait for. Like, I know it's not a stock part, but even if it was, my air filter is a Blitz. I think it's a Blitz Sus Power air filter. Anyhow, I had to order it, and it shipped out of Fukuoka, Japan. Took a month and a half to get here, and it was just the element. It wasn't a whole air filter either. It was just the foam, like the not foam, but the element for the air filter. Yeah. 3 is going to be, and this is also, it's whatever, but and I've been getting over this more recently, but the anxiety to drive. This was not a problem in Japan, but the anxiety to drive my car, it's not to the point, and it's not ever going to stop me from driving my car. I'm always going to be able to drive my car, but it's just being so on edge here in the States because people here on the road do not care. They are texting and driving, they're doing whatever they're doing in their car. Sometimes their car is driving itself. I am on high alert anytime I drive my car because if someone hits my car, A, I'm going to be upset, but also B, it's going to take a while for it to get fixed. If it's not minor damage, it's going to take a while to get fixed. Like I said, though, it's not ever stopped me from driving my car. It's another layer of I have to be more careful here than I was in Japan. People in Japan take driving more seriously, I would say, or they drive slower, so it's less likely for something to happen. But it is what it is. All right, let's move on to number 4. This is also not going to be controversial, but I'll just write it down. Yes. Let's put model. Misidentified model. If I had $1 for every time someone said, that's a nice GTR, that's a nice Skyline, I'd be able to get a GTR or a Skyline. It's kind of ridiculous. Someone called this car a Mustang. I was at a car show one time, not too long ago, and someone they said, that's a Mustang, right? And I almost laughed. She was an older lady. She didn't know what JDM cars were, so I was I couldn't be mean, but I was also at the same time in my head thinking like, my car doesn't look like any Mustang. No Mustang looks like my car. And then also people saying that's a nice Skyline, and then I say it's actually a Silvia, and they go, yeah, it's a nice Skyline, and I just want to hit them in the face. That is what it is. Number 5 is going to be kind of related to this, but not really. Chassis. We'll put it. We'll say S chassis community. We'll do S chassis community slash used parts because that's really what I'm getting at. If you like JDM cars and you have a 240 or an S chassis, a 180, it doesn't matter. If you're in the S chassis community, you know for a straight fact, people think that their car is worth so much more than it actually is. I mean, a 240 shell that has no parts on it, it's not a roller. Even if it is a roller, it's empty. Nothing. No carpet, like rear seats, front seat, nothing. And they'll say, yeah, I'll take 10 grand for it. No, your car is not worth 10 grand. I don't know why you think your car is worth 10 grand, but it's not. It's getting quite honestly, it's getting ridiculous at this point as to how much people are asking, even for used parts. Someone was on Facebook Marketplace, had a pair of headlights for $600 for my car, and they were broken. The headlights were broken, and they still wanted $600 for the headlights. That's ridiculous. You can't use them. It's insane. I mean, a quarter glass, so like a rear quarter glass piece for my car from a site in Australia is $680 just for a piece of glass. That's not the molding, that's just the glass. And it's the fact that people keep paying the prices too. It's not even, we don't have anyone else to blame but the people that are in the S chassis community that are willing to just pay these prices. It's ridiculous, honestly. Um, yeah, that's all I got to say about that. If you know, you know, and I feel like this has spread into other car communities as well. But it's so hard right now to build slash maintain or even just have an S chassis because if anything breaks or you want to do any modifications to it, you got to shell out a lot of money, which is why I always say if you can find if it takes you a little longer to find a better deal that's just as good as paying double the price for something, just wait a week or whatever it is, whatever you have to do, just wait and something else better will probably show up and just go with that thing. Kind of like the brakes that I just bought from Caden. Oh, excuse me. A lot of people on Facebook Marketplace want $300 for a set of brake calipers that are used. 30-year-old brake calipers. I don't get it. I don't understand. Let's get into the jeez. Let's get into the top 5 things that are I wouldn't say are bad. I would just say are an inconvenience about driving a right-hand drive car in Japan, in America. A car from Japan in America. Okay, this is going to be left. No, scratch that. I almost said left when I meant to say right. Right turns. Okay, so if you're thinking about making a right turn, okay, and you're on the left side of the car, this is driving an American car. If you're on the left side of the car, you're driving, you got to turn this way, so you're going right. You can see all the traffic that's coming in the right-hand lane towards you. So the turns here, they're going to be coming this way, and you're going to be trying to turn. You can see all them, right? Because you're on the left side of the car. In a JDM car or a right-hand drive car, you're on the right-hand side of the car. So if you say you're getting onto a highway or you're stopped, the light is red, and not necessarily you have an arrow because then you're pretty safe to go. But if you're trying to turn right on red and you're your car's kind of turned already and you're getting ready to go, when you look, you have to bend and like try and see out of the little tiny area. And it's uncomfortable. It's especially uncomfortable because I put a bucket seat in my car, but it's just uncomfortable to do and it's inconvenient. Okay, that's it. Uh, let's go to 2. People asking about shifting. Obviously, you're sitting on the right hand side of the car, so your shifter is in the center still, and you're shifting with your left hand. If I had if I had $1 for every time someone asked me, "Hey, is it tough to get used to shifting with your other hand?" No, it's not. If you've driven a manual car for any amount of time, shifting with your left hand, for me at least, is more natural because I am right-handed. So my left hand just does the shifting. My right hand's always on the wheel. This is slowly getting to a point where it's annoying. Like, no, it's not annoying. It's not um, weird to shift with my left hand. It's just not. So I'm not going to rant on that too long, but 3 is going to be drive-throughs, or let's do like ticket booths. That was terrible. Because it's not just drive-throughs. Again, obviously, you're sitting on the right-hand side of the car. 99.999% of vehicles here in the States, you sit on the left-hand side of the car. So every drive-through that you go through is set up to where you pull up to the window or the speaker, and it's right outside your door, right? You're going through a drive-through, you might as well back up through the drive-through so if you're backing up, the microphone will be here when you're ordering, and then the window is going to be here when you pull up. It's kind of funny though because people go and they look at you and then they kind of double take and go, "Why are you backing?" And then they put 2 and 2 together. They go, "Oh, you're sitting on the other side of the car." Yeah, not the worst thing in the world, but um, let's see, number 4. Yeah, let's do this. Drift tax. Kind of related to what I was saying before, the 5 negative things or bad things. Drift tax. This thing is ridiculously expensive for what it is. This is a 99 4-cylinder turbo small car. There is no reason this car should go for like 40 or 50 grand. It's the same thing that happened with the 86. It was in an anime, so now everybody wants the car, and it's almost unobtainable. Drift tax. But this also bleeds into other aspects of owning the car, like uh, front headlights are $900 because everybody has smashed their front headlights. I had to pay $900 for a set of headlights, and they're not even the xenon, the HIDs. They're just normal halogen headlights. Again, it's getting ridiculous how much things cost. Uh, and then 5 is going to be title / registering. I know I haven't done a comprehensive video on the process that I had to go through with getting a title and registering my car, but I will say this. If you're in Indiana and you need help if it's not a K truck, they don't know what to do. 9 times out of 10, if you go to the BMV, they are not going to know what paperwork to give you. Sorry. So if that's the case for you, comment below. I will somehow get a hold of you and I will help you, because I don't want someone else to go through the same thing that I did and have to wait ridiculous amounts of time, kind of in excess of like 4 months, to drive their car because the BMV doesn't know what to do. I don't know why it is that way. If I've seen right-hand drive cars here, so it's kind of weird that they don't know what they're doing. But that is annoying about getting a JDM car. If your local like DMV or BMV or whatever doesn't have any experience with it, you just be patient and try and get someone that knows the paperwork or whatever you need to do, the steps you need to follow to get your car on the road, titled, registered. Insure it as soon as it gets here. That's one thing that I would say. Insure your car as soon as it hits the port, or as soon as you can possibly insure your car. Insure your car. That's all I got to say about that. So that's the 5 things that are annoying or inconvenient about driving a right-hand drive car in the States. If you guys like this video, then pop a comment below, like, and subscribe. And that's about it. Yep. Probably I want to say in 2 weeks. What's the date today? The 20th. So actually, yeah, in 2 weeks exactly, we're going to be closing on the house. If there's a week that goes by that I don't post a video, just know that I'm not quitting YouTube. That's not going to happen. But I'm moving. And it's going to take some time for me to get the whole for us to get the whole house set up, and even a little bit more time to get the flags or the toolboxes and the cars over there. Cars are probably going to go first, but then we got to get the toolboxes, the flags, like I said, whiteboards, all that stuff. We got to get all that over there. But I am super excited. I will definitely give you guys a tour or a rundown of how we're going to set the shop up and my plans with the garage, because whenever you guys see it, you're going to be like, oh, wow. I am beyond stoked to have I've never had a garage this big in my life, ever. It's going to be great. It's going to be the best. Yeah, no, it's going to be great though. All right, if you like this video, there's really not very much to do on my car. I want to get it to a point where next year I can just take it out to shows, drive it around, and enjoy the car. And this year was sort of me just working through all the small things on the car. The last thing that we really have to do is get these rear brake calipers, rear brake rotors and pads replaced. And then from there, there's really not much to do. But I want to thank you for watching and supporting me. This whole YouTube thing is new to me. As you could probably tell, I'm not the most comfortable on camera. I like to believe that I've gotten a lot better in the past 4 months. Has it been 4 months? 5 months almost. Kind of crazy to think that it's been 5 months and I've been putting a video out almost pretty nearly every week. To the ones that have been following me from the beginning, I thank you. And even if you just jumped on later, I thank you. And I appreciate the support by subscribing. I really want to grow the YouTube channel into something that's bigger than myself, and I want to grow a community. I want to get, merch and stuff out eventually to sell, because if I can make even if I can make just a little bit of money to like pay for gas or whatever it is, that's great. I mean, I get to share working on my car with you guys, and that's some of my best favorite memories that I have with my friends is working on my car or their car. And like I said, if I can share that with you guys, that's awesome. I really do. Again, I do appreciate it so much. And I just, I don't know. It's kind of crazy, like I said, to think that I started this 5 months ago and I'm still going at it. But trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you could, if you've watched this long, you might as well anyways, because I keep making videos. You might as well hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That really helps. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. And then next year, maybe the goal will be 1,000, or maybe 1,000 by July, or 1,000 by June. Who knows? I'm really just kind of taking this one step at a time. I'm not planning so far ahead that I get ahead of myself, if that makes sense. I'm not planning so far ahead in my YouTube journey that I get overwhelmed, basically, is what I'm saying, because I find that if I do that, then I just get almost like analysis paralysis, where I just shut down and I don't have a lot of ideas flowing. So I'm gonna stop ranting. I'm gonna stop jibber jabbering, flapping my gums, and just say thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching the videos. And thank you so much for your support. It really does mean a lot to me. And someday we'll look back at this and be laughing, because I have 63 subscribers right now. And then I could have, I don't know, who knows? Who knows where it's going to go? But thank you. Zention Works is out.